Welcome back everyone, and today we're going to look at this Godox flash, macro flash even, that fits the front of the lens, and we're going to have a little play with this. Now, interest and fairness, I got given this. I didn't pay for this, but no one has seen the video before it goes out. I'm very much into my macro, hence why I got given this to try and see, because I've been playing quite a bit with macro flashes. The only thing I've got a reservation with this is the fact that it fits onto the front of the lens, which is great, and it gives a brilliant result. But on the new Z lenses, it actually fits onto the lens that moves in and out. And the last time that I did that, I broke this lens, so I stopped using it. This has got a lot more flexible cable than the last one that I had, which is great. But I don't want to break the motor in this again. So unless I can fit to an outer ring, which I've got on this, so we'll see, that's my reservation. But it'd be interesting to see if that does fit to the outer ring, which would be blooming brilliant if it does. But let's see what we've got in here. Instruction manual, other products that they do. So that's the ring, and we've got A and B on the back. I don't know if you can see that onto there. We've got A and B onto there, so obviously we can turn one side on and one side off. We've got the little arrow to say up for that. We've got a fairly nice flexible cable. This is a universal flash. It's just the one connection, so it can work on pretty much every camera, which is great. I prefer that, don't need TTL. And then we've got a whole load of adapter rings in here. What have we got? We've got a 62, 67, 72, 77 even. That's brilliant. We've got a 49, 52, 55, and 58. So I'm going to have a little play with this onto these lenses. The 60mm macro that I've got in the old F sets is a 62. So we've got one of those there. So that's going to fit onto there perfectly, onto that. This is the one that I'm interested in, and I don't know what the outer thread is. We do have an outer thread. The inner one is 46. And I'm thinking it might be a 62 as well, which would be really, really handy. So let's see if that... And if I'd had this on the last one, oh, look at that. So that's fitted to the outer ring, not the inner one. So we can still move that in and out, keep that perfect, and not break this lens. That was one of the things I didn't go for one of these again with this system, is because I didn't want to break the lens. Now, saying that, putting it on, I don't think I can do with it on there. I'm going to have to screw the lens into that. So let's take that out, put it onto there. So it's not going to be a quick release. It's on or off, which could be an issue. There you go, so that's on now, and then we're going to have to mount that to the thing. One of the things I'm not sure of onto here is whether it's going to cast a shadow when that sticks out, because it does. In fact, if we drop this onto the lens here, you'll see what I mean. This is Z5 that we're dropping this onto. You can see how that comes out, and what I'm concerned about is the shadow that casts on the subject that we do. But actually, that's fairly flush. Can we see it on there? That's fairly flush to that when that goes on. So we might just be okay. Let's go and have a look. One little thought I just had, or one little thing I just noted onto this, where I said we had to take this off to get that in. That's not actually the case. I've actually got on the front of this lens the little shroud to stop all the light getting into there. If we have that off and we have this on, we can slot quite easily into there and off again. There is no button on this like on previous models to get that on. It is just a slide on or off. That's it. Obviously with that on, I don't need, that creates such a shadow into there, I don't think that's going to be an issue that I need to stick that back onto there. So I can leave that on. That way I can have it nice and quick on and off when I'm out and about. Okay, I hope you like those photos. Just a brief sample of photos that I took with this flash. And I've got to admit, I'm super impressed. Obviously the A-B bit didn't exist. I can't switch between it. I used to be able to on the older models, so maybe it's something that you used to be able to do. Now you obviously can't. Yeah, probably need to pay a bit more money for one. I don't know. Wasn't actually a problem because I don't particularly want to shoot that way. I never used it on the old one anyway. But great, absolutely fantastic piece of kit for lighting. Love the way it fits onto the Z mount macro. I don't think that's anything to do with these guys particularly. I think it's the way Nikon designed it, so fair play, kudos to them. But great. In terms of carrying it around, it's bulky, yes, but it depends. Are you after results or are you just after taking a photo? So it depends what you're into. If you're really into your macro photography, you're going to put the effort in and you want that extra bit of light that comes, that you get with this and the quality. So I think that's a separate thing really into that. Interestingly, I think when you do macro, maybe we'll do a video onto this. Using this light, I like to use another speed light as well, just to light up the background and do various bits onto that and to chuck stuff in that way. And I think we might cover that at some point, because actually I think that's quite an interesting way of doing it. But in terms of this, yeah, I'm glad I've got a portable flash that I take around with me and I've got for when I'm out and about and I'm not going for just macro. If I'm doing just macro though, I'm going to use this. It's brilliant for that. So perfect for that. I've just noticed the front badge, it says there, if you can see it, it says designed for macro. So yeah, that's probably what the ML stands for. Maybe, yeah, it's all coming together. Hope you like that. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for being here today. I'd really appreciate it if you did a thumbs up, if you liked it, of course. Subscribe for any future bits, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.